Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of Time to Burn with Celebrity Chef Adam Welby. I am, as always, Celebrity Chef Adam Welby. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be getting a little more acquainted with our grill, because it's finally spring, time to throw on some shorts, time to get outside, and time to get grilling. And we're going to work on the all-time best grill food, steak. Now, before we get into the meat, so to say, of cooking steak, yeah, I went there. I want to talk about picking it out. Now, when I go to the grocery store, I don't like getting steak that are individually cut. I like going to the butcher counter and I like getting me a nice big old hunk of meat like this. Now, this right here is a filet mignon piece. Often you get much better prices on getting the full meat. Now, I suggest always buying in bulk because you never have enough steak. That's for sure. You never know how many people you're going to be cooking for either. So if you have one of these bad boys on hand, at any time you'll be ready to tear it open, cut it up, well, after of course a proper thawing, and serve it to your guests. I kept it, took it home, froze it, so I could have it at another time, and it's what I suggest doing. Now let's get started for actually prepping our steak for the grill. What I've got here is one of my favorite cuts, a New York strip. Now what you want to do with this or any other steak is you want to take it out and thaw it and leave it at room temperature for a little while. So now that you've allowed your steak a little bit of time to get to room temperature, it's time to apply a rub. Now, my favorite seasoning to put on the steak right now is Montreal steak from Grill Mates. Now, this is a great seasoning. It's got just enough of a kick in it. And as you can see, I really use it a lot compared to my set piece here. So, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit over it like this. And you're really gonna wanna make sure you get that stuff in there. Now, because I'm such a fan of this rub, I do this as my second step. You could do this as your first, but a little Italian secret, I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil over the steak. Just like that. Rub it in nice, flip it over. A little over that side. Oh yeah. You like the oil on you, don't you, steak? Now once you've managed to rub this all in, what you wanna do is you wanna leave it sit for about an hour. It gives it some time for all the flavors to get together and really meld and stick to one another. So we're gonna leave this and we're gonna burn an hour's time. So some time has passed. It smells deciduous. It looks fantastic. It's definitely all come together and it's time to go heat up that grill. A lot of steak enthusiasts will tell you that the best way to go is with wood-fired charcoal, but I find that there's not a lot of problems with going with gas. So, let's fire her up. Something to keep in mind is to put it on its top heat, because we are going to be burning hot and fast. Now, one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start it up nice and early. Maybe give it 5 minutes or so before you put the steak on, because what we want is we want to hear that sizzle and that pop as soon as you throw it on that iron. So we're going to sit for another couple minutes and allow this to heat up real good. All right, the grill's been heating up about 5 minutes now, so it should have a good internal temperature. Steak still looks and smells fantastic, so let's throw this bad boy on there. Now we're gonna let this go for 5 minutes before we flip it over, and then we're gonna give that another 5 minutes, keeping it on its top heat at all times. We want the grill to cook it fast and get the outside well done, because what I'm going for right now is a good medium center. And remember, if one of your guests at your home or your picnic or wherever you happen to find yourself grilling asks for their steak well done, then they are likely a terrorist and are not to be trusted. 5 minutes are up. Our progress report looks fantastic, and it's time to flip this baby. Our 5 minutes are up, and it's time we get this baby off. We're gonna take it off and put it between two plates. Cover it up immediately. Now that we've finished up on the grill, we're gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes under this covered plate. While it's under there, none of its juices are escaping. All the steam that's coming off of it is going back down, keeping it nice and thick and moist, and it's gonna be fantastic. Should we take a look? Yeah? All right. Oh, yeah. Now that is exactly what I was looking for. You can see how much juice it retained pouring to the front of the plate, nearly spilling off of it. I definitely didn't spill that off in earlier takes. And this is exactly how I want it to look. This is a steak you can be proud of. One that you can serve to just about anybody who's going to be happy, more than happy to eat it. Now let's cut it open and take a look at what kind of color we got going in there. All right, I'm gonna go right down the middle so we get the most fair representation possible. That's exactly where we wanna go and exactly the kind of color we're looking for. I'm so proud of this steak, I wanna put it through college. It's time to fulfill the ultimate goal. Cooking this thing. It's time to eat it. Oh, wow. Not even. This is too good. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Time to Burn with Celebrity Chef Adam Welby. I am Celebrity Chef Adam Welby. And remember, amongst all the cooking that you can do, the best thing that you can do, and the most rewarding, is share it with some friends. Isn't that right? Oh. Dang. Not some friends. That steak that you can be proud of. Oh, look at the meat. There's so much juice I just spilled.